All right, speaking of Dave Chappelle, let's just dive right into it. We talked about it on the evening show last night, and I don't know which clip I'm going to cut out, but I will cut out one of them. Dave Chappelle was scheduled here in Minnesota to do a few shows. I think one last night, and then one Thursday and one Friday. It didn't happen at the venue that it was supposed to. He was supposed to perform at the legendary First Avenue, in Minneapolis. And he was going to do a show, and, he announced it like 2 days before the show was set to go off, and then 2 more shows at the Varsity Theater in Minneapolis. And these shows sell out in minutes.
Yes, they do. I didn't get a chance.
They go on sale. They're sold out. I don't even, when Dave Chappelle announces he's coming to town, I don't even try to get tickets.
I've never tried before. I really wanted to look for tickets this time. So
he goes to this performance theater, First Avenue, where Prince got his start and all this stuff.
Yep.
And the people of Minneapolis started tweeting and protesting and bitching and whining and complaining. Dave Chappelle, of course, is used to this. Dave Chappelle is used to being picketed. He's used to being protested, everything else. Dave Chappelle always just says, well, fuck you, I'm doing my show.
Yep.
Which is the attitude to have. First Avenue, thinking that catering and caving is going to save them and help them, tweeted last night, and this is just hours before the show. We hear you. Tonight's show has been canceled at First Avenue and is moving to the Varsity Theater. See our full statement for more. And their full statement was, we want to be a safe place. We are not just a black box with people in it. And we understand that First Avenue is not just a room, but meaningful beyond our walls. Well, jerk yourself off while you're apologizing then. The First Avenue team and you have worked hard to make our venues the safest spaces in the country. That's not something I'd brag about if I'm in art.
No, art isn't typically safe.
Right.
Art is art because it's doing something different.
I mean, this whole idea of, we've created the safest space in the country. Cool, I can add that to my list of places I should never go because I won't have a good time.
I agree.
The safest space in the country? I mean, unless you're a black guy who wants to tell some jokes, apparently it's not very safe then.
Dude, they're just trying not to be the myth downtown.
I guess. I mean, if you're a black guy and you want to express yourself through the art of stand-up comedy, then apparently it's not a very safe space.
Nope, they don't want you.
But if you're a whiny, pissy ingrate who, because it's not about you every second of the day, you're going to protest, then I guess yes. 100% it is it's a safe space for you. Although they're not going to appreciate it. We already said they've bent down now. They've canceled the show. They've gotten rid of Dave Chappelle's show, moved it to the Varsity Theater. So fuck all the waitresses, fuck all the staff that was going to get paid off of this, that was going to get good tips, as it were. And first of all, if you try to be this is what I don't get either. This shows that they're just bending the knee out of panic. If you want to be the safe space of Minnesota art, that's fine. What are you doing booking Dave Chappelle?
Right. That boils down to what I said last night. It's usually about making money. Like, Dave Chappelle is going to sell out, which he did in seconds, like you said.
I just love that these people who are all for equality and everything else, they're not for, look, this trans activist community is not for equality. They're for their advantage. They don't care about equality for everyone. They just fucking bullied a black guy out of a job. They don't give a shit about allies. They don't give a shit about safety. They don't give a shit about equality. They give a shit about dominance. They give a shit about winning. That's what they care about. And now First Avenue, if you think this is the LGBTQ plus community is like a bad wife or a bad girlfriend. They don't keep score of the good shit.
Yep.
They keep score of the bad shit. But they don't keep score of the good stuff. You're not going to get credit for this in the future. When you quote unquote fuck up, they're going to come for you too.
It's not even that they're going to come for you. They're waiting now. Like, they saw that they got their way with this Chappelle thing, and now they're waiting for your next item to come in the house and to complain about that one and how it's unsafe. And not only that, but you kicked it down the road to the Varsity. Was it the Varsity room?
Varsity Theater.
Varsity Theater. And we saw in the comment section last night, so now the Varsity is an unsafe place.
Right away.
What are you going to do now?
The mob took their pitchforks and their torches and they went, on to the Varsity Theater.
They just pick up and move. They're never done. They're never thankful that you got rid of the toxicity in the room. They're not going to say thank you.
In this tweet, actually, if we go down and we find the tweet and you go into the comment section of the tweets, I think one of the first tweets back is, I want to find it. One person did say, get woke, go broke. But we saw that one comment yesterday, like, you really think this is over, right?
Oh, yeah. This is never over.
Yeah. I mean, again, they're not going to give you any credit for it. They're going to get you the next time, and you're going to wonder.
That you gave them an inch now, and they're taking it for a lifetime. That you're never finished now.
Yeah. Thank you for making the right call on this one. You're joking, right? And then just a picture of Dave Chappelle as Prince. This is ridiculous. I hope you realize you are setting a new standard/precedent. How many artists have performed at First Avenue that have been offensive towards other groups of people, like women, for example? You basically just canceled half of Rhyme Sayers groups. Yeah, how many times have you had rappers in your venue that have said horrible things about women?
People don't like me when I use that example. I've said it on here before even, and I did not get anyone agreeing with me. Rappers are horrible with women, but women want to line up to fuck them.
Well,
They're horrible.
Look, we all know why that is. Judgment.
I'm just saying.
So they've got, thank you for listening and doing the right thing. Eventually, hopefully, more thought will be put into some bookings in the future. You see that? They've already moved on to what's next.
They're opening the door to tomorrow.
Yeah, they don't even go, hey, guys, if you were this downtrodden, pathetic, victimized group, then anytime something like this happened, you go, oh, my God, thank you. You didn't see people like in the Holocaust once they got freed go, all right, but the next time this happens, you'd better not let this happen again. They're like, oh, they were falling down. Oh, my God, thank you. You know why? Because they were victims.
Yes.
Because they had been through something truly traumatic.
And it was over.
And they weren't keeping score for tomorrow. They were just glad they got rescued today. So I'm sorry. When you get your way, when you cry crocodile tears and then you get your way and then you go, all right, but you better behave next time. That to me, that's a red flag that you were never a victim.
Right. None of them in the comment section last night said thank you. It was all good.
Good.
Just good.
That's what you should have done.
Yeah, I should have done that sooner. Shouldn't have even booked him.
So First Avenue then moved the show to Varsity Theater, which I'm guessing they own. Varsity Theater ownership. Varsity Theater, the iconic Dinkytown venue, Varsity Theater, has been sold to a Los Angeles real estate firm.
Jesus, the rest of
amid 4 lawsuits alleging child sex abuse, Jason McClain, owner of Varsity Theater, sold the downtown property for $2.51 million. Jeez.
Oh, my God. That seems really cheap, too.
But let's protest Dave Chappelle. Okay, we'll put him in this venue that used to be owned by a guy accused of child sex abuse.
4 lawsuits of it.
First Avenue ownership. Who owns them? First Ave owner Dana Frank. They don't own it. So that's weird.
So they literally had to go ask just any venue locally, like, guys, we can't have him in our house tonight. Could you take him from us?
Do you know what all of them said? Oh, me.
Me first. Did you see, I think it was last night or this morning, he actually booked 2 extra shows now in Minnesota.
See, I thought he scheduled them Thursday and Friday. I thought those were already set.
I got some notification today that he's booked 2 extra shows.
Okay.
So.
Thank you very much to Veldrain for the $5. He says, Tieps, Balls Deep with $13, says, safe space at a Chappelle show. Huh.
Yeah.
And Brian M. with $10 saying, oh, I forgot it was Thursday. Thank you very much, buddy. That's going to knock our goal down to 330. Thank you very much for those contributions. And we're off. We're off towards our goal today. Thank you guys very much.
Crack the seal.
Zach says there is a local comedian who's pretty tight with Dave Chappelle and could hook you up if you were friends. Oh, yeah. They're real close. Veldrain says the trans community's response to Chappelle having a show in Minnesota. Oh, he is? Okay. Yeah, that would be a fine response. Carlos says that was the same question everyone else had. Why book him in the first place, right?
Right, if you... God, I feel, was this the first time First Avenue had anything like this happen to them?
Yeah, I would have no problem if a venue went, I will never book Dave Chappelle. His jokes don't align with my values.
Sure.
Okay, totally fine. My problem is you book him, a bunch of people piss and moan, and you go, Oh, yeah, we're a safe space, 100%. We're all about safety and being allies and this and that. You tried to make a shitload of money off of this show, though, didn't you?
It's definition of saying you're sorry because you have to.
You're sorry because you got caught. You're not sorry because you did it. Exactly. They saw dollar signs, and then they panicked when there was a little bit of controversy.
Yeah, what, are you booking him like, oh, God, guys, I hope we can get away with this one?
Yeah, as long as they don't make too much noise about it. And then you only give them a microphone and a megaphone when you cancel the show. Like, canceling the show, like we said, doesn't make it go away. You just turned the rest of us on to the fact that there was a protest in the first place.
They've all got bullhorns now.
We would have never known that anybody was upset about this had you not canceled the show. Guys, First Avenue, the internet isn't real. It's a place where people go to bitch. If people are saying nice things, that's really weird. It's a place where people go to get their bitchiness out.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, Selma Zane writes, I recently found you two. I found myself agreeing and disagreeing, but in the most respectful way. Hey, can I stop you right there? Thank you very much for that. Let me explain something very cool about this show. It is never about agreeing or disagreeing with me. I'm probably wrong about all the shit I talk about. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't have that kind of an ego in me. I don't have my take on this. I have to look at how fucking smart I am. Let me tell you, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is all an avenue to make jokes and make funny points. That's all it is. The habanero story, this Dave Chappelle thing, it's throwing jokes in there.
I do like what she said, though.
If you say I find myself agreeing and disagreeing, don't feel bad about that. Because just remember when you're agreeing or disagreeing, like, I think Aaron's wrong here. Just go, oh, but that's not the point. The point is, he's just trying to entertain me a little bit. Yeah, I don't take it personally if you disagree with me. You can call me a fucking idiot and say how many times have people gone, Aaron, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about? And I've gone, accurate.
Probably
fair enough. Whenever cars come up. While your opinions are that, you deliver them as such and aren't afraid to apologize. Thank you. Aren't afraid to apologize. I guess when I'm wrong.
You're unapologetic.
Unapologetic. So basically they're saying if there's a black guy in a space, it is unsafe. Somebody say, yeah, I mean.
Right. How does that look that you now have removed a black performer from your venue?
If the rest of us were as big a dicks as that crowd were, that's how we'd spin it. But we had to go to bed and go to work in the morning. That's the problem. Remember to stop Freddy Krueger. Just tell him you are not afraid of him anymore. That is the way to win. Balls Deep says, to be fair, First Avenue probably made it into Chappelle's next set. It's pretty nice, huh?
That would have been fun to see.
Silverwolf says, well, the Jews were thankful for being rescued today, but they sure did make sure they got paid tomorrow. I mean, they did get a country out of it, but then again, that's paying the hard way. In fairness,
long form.
Look. I mean, I'd rather make monthly payments rather than try to be wiped off the earth by a country. But hey, that's
what are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it? It's over. Death Proof says, oh, the camera is on. It was on the whole time. It's a DSP jerking off reference. Very good. Skeezy says, bullshit. If you disagree with Aaron, he will ridicule you. No, I won't, you fucking idiot. Why don't you shut the hell up? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, my name's Skeezy. I'm a really cool guy. Go fuck your mother. See, that's what we call a contradiction. Kurt says the rumor is they were going to have a giant staff walkout in protest of him being there. Good. Bring in the scabs.
Man, if you can't handle a comedian coming in your venue that you work at, maybe don't work there because you're not right for it. What the fuck?
Skeezy says Chappelle isn't really black because he doesn't fall in ideological line. It's actually not that far off from how those people talk. Like, if you don't fall in line, I mean, they're calling Hispanics and Asians white supremacists now.
Just to include them because they don't have enough.
Right. They're literally calling certain Latinos and Asians white supremacists because they're daring to achieve a lot and not believe in what they're telling them. So they just go, oh, man, I'd have to think critically and I'd have to kind of change the way I see the world because it's clearly not lining up with the way I think. Or I could just call these people that thing. Easy. Perfect. Balls and Wiener says, took a whole lot of trying to get up that hill, but now we're up in the big leagues getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. Man, that's a theme song from the Jeffersons. Just because it's a song doesn't make it not true.
Maybe it's because Chappelle's done whiteface before. Maybe they don't like him for that.
No, they haven't gotten to that one yet. Find It, Fix It says, don't start laughing and making fun of every damn thing. It's going to turn us into a Nazi society. Somebody says, weird. Usually if there's a concert or a show that I don't like, I just don't go.
Yeah, I bet you don't bitch and moan that there's a Harry Styles concert going on in the cities.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. I don't know about it.
You know what I say when there's a Harry concert or Harry concert styles?
I love Harry concerts.
Harry concerts are great. That's when you used to go see Robin Williams.
Oh, I thought it was when all the furries sing to you.
When you go to when I hear a Harry Styles concert is in town, I always ask the same question: how can I get tickets?
Yeah, I bet. Just ask Zach Helverson.
He's a lovely boy.